God, Apex on the prowl. Holla to all you dogs. Every knee gon' bow. The fear of God. Apex on the prowl. Holla to all you dogs. Every knee gon' bow. Gabriel, blow your trumpet now, woo! Michael, you ready for war? Please show no remorse. They screams and they prayers overlooking the north. A king to a god, like a man to a dog. Sit, know your place, bitch. In the presence of the prince of the power, looking devouring one in my space, bitch. It's a prison ride in America, don't be scared now. The chickens that came home to roost for every strange fruit you had in the noose. Monsters free on the playground. That's that lion sound, letting free to ring like a K sound. My pride don't play around. Fuck your truth, lay face down. Allow me to introduce my ski man, so give me the loot. My ancestors similar to Goku, Super Saiyan from Babylon and Timbuktu. Sons of God to return to earth, what you gon' do? Saw the earth on the tumbler, yeah, man, it haunts you like juju. Your worst nightmare, niggas with attitude on your square like a compass to latitude. Executing judgment like a lawyer. In a lawsuit, putting a toe tag in a black bag like a bodysuit. You reap what you sow, tales from the wheat, reap what's dark as the pit, all upon you. Fear God. Apex on the prowl. Holla to all you dogs. Every knee gon' bow. The fear of God. Apex on the prowl. To all you dogs, every knee gon' bow.
The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance.
It's your highness, son of God, no son of ISIS. Until my title is Christ is, then I turn Osiris, become Christ in the crisis. This will probably go over your head like license, cause I'm the nicest of the vices. This that vagabond absent, yeah, your ear the prices. Don't fight it, you know you like it. Forefathers with slaves, they price paid, cause I'm taking all these white kids that turn on the mic, singing lullabies. Good night, kids. But the king's inside of me. Angle up twos, make a face of South sleeves. I was a prophecy of Delphi. Lot spoke to me when testified. I'm the blood in the ground, never slave to die. There ain't no hidden cuz he'll met your neck with a tech when I'm throwing up my set. King up, I see this my time now. Before you step to me, you better back down. Turn around, get on your knees and bow down. Respect the crown, it's as high the ground. Better consecrate yourself for some pestilence and make a decadence for your impudence. Expose hellfire omnipotent for your utterance of false odds benevolence. That's irrelevant. There's a new war order, true peace, or it comes from necessary violence. Okay, I'm Kaepernick with an ice pick, shanking bitch like OJ. With two middle fingers to the cops like O'Shea. Okay, reloaded, let's play. They Walker, hi, my name's Blade. Let me introduce you to my katana, sending the Americana to Nirvana, bringing drama via karma while executing dharma. My stealer will scalp any nigga like rag on Ain't Your Mama. I'm immortal, resurrected like Lazarus from screams from his mama. Fear God. All right. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. All right, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out the 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. It is Monday, the history class where we break it down line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, using external references to back up and support internally what is inside of the Bible. All right. Today is the 8th day of the Feast of Dedication. The closing of it is not a formality, but of the memorial of the story that we've been going over all week, talking about what happened with Judas Maccabeus. This is the closing of that feast. The subject matter of today's class, because it is the history class, is Christmas biblical, right? But before we get into the subject matter of class, if you are on YouTube, go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and share the class. If you are on if you're on Kick, go ahead and like the stream. If you are on YouTube, go ahead. I'm not on YouTube, on Instagram, go ahead and thumbs up the live. Make sure you subscribe to I.S.U.P.K Houston, I.S.U.P.K Port Arthur, I.S.U.P.K Galveston, and I.S.U.P.K Lufkin, right? Before we get started in our topic for today, if you have any questions on any topic, doesn't have to be on topic, type them in the chat. I will get to them as they present themselves in the chat. Do we have any questions in the class? Anybody got any questions? Go ahead. Hit the power button.
Hello. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, I got a question. And in the Bible, do they talk about people having hypersenses?
Having what?
Hypersenses, like levitating and actually being able to manipulate wind and
Not necessarily.
because I know he walked on
Okay.
water. But
Okay. So, you're more talking about different type of like kinesis, stuff like that.
Yeah.
From a worldly standpoint, you can say people in the Bible had telekinesis, pyrokinesis, hydrokinesis, because Moses separated the water. Christ was able to perceive the thoughts of men. Elijah called down fire from heaven. I'm trying to think. Elisha part of the waters with his coat. as well. Moses was able to summon water out of a rock. Trying to think of any other situations off the top of my head. Those are like the exact ones I can think of, like off the top. What else you got?
Is it a level where us as man will like one day be able to like do you believe telekinesis is that something a spiritual gift? Is it
Yeah,
okay?
there are multiple spiritual gifts. There are spiritual gifts of healing. There are spiritual gifts of tongues.
That's real though.
Yeah,
Okay.
Christ was able to do it. Matter of fact, go to I think it's in Matthew. Things and greater. Yeah, I think it's in Matthew. Go to no, it's like it's in John. Go to John chapter 14. I'm gonna go there with you. John chapter 14. Let's see where I want to start at. 12, 2. Let's start at verse 9, and we're gonna read to verse 14 for context.
Okay, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Jesus said unto him,
First, say where you are.
oh, John chapter 14, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip?
Mm-hmm.
He that have seen me.
Well, first off, just so you know, Philip asked Christ, show us the Father and suffereth us. He's like, so, hey, bro, like, I know it's getting kind of annoying us asking you this question, but if you could you show us the Father? Right? All right, keep reading.
He that has seen me has seen the Father.
Mm-hmm.
And how sayest thou then, shew us the Father?
Right. So first thing that you got to understand, right? Everybody at one point in their life asked the Lord, asked the Most High, show me a sign that you with me.
Yeah.
Right? Father, if you with me, reveal yourself. Right? But if you are a representation of the Father, right? If you remember the last class we went over when we were talking about rededicating your temple is literally your body is literally the temple of the Most High God, right? All you have to do, as the scripture says, go into your secret place, go into the closet and pray unto your Father, and he that hears you in secret will reward you openly, right? So you're supposed to be an ambassador and a manifestation of the Lord in heaven on earth, right? Keep reading.
Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Believest thou not that I am the Father?
I am in the Father.
I am in the Father,
Mm-hmm.
and the Father in me.
Mm-hmm.
The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself,
Mm-hmm.
but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the work.
Right. So Christ is saying that it isn't him that does the works, the miracles that he does. It's the Father that dwells in him. Right. So the first step to doing anything miraculous, and believe it or not, a lot of y'all have done miraculous things that y'all didn't think was miraculous. Like being extremely intoxicated and not able to drive, and you black out, and then you just wake up in your bed and you don't know how you got in your bed, tucked in your PJs. You know what I'm saying? You got your bonnet on or your do-rag on. You don't recall any of that. You know what I'm saying? Your club clothes is neatly on the little stool that you got in front of your bed. You know what I'm saying? And you have no recollection of how you got home. That's a miracle. You know what I'm saying? That is the Lord protecting you from your ignorance, right? But it's because of the Father that dwells in you that you're able to call upon the power of the Most High God, right? Keep reading.
Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me that I am the Father.
I am in the Father.
Oh, my bad. I am in the Father,
Mm-hmm.
and the Father in me.
Mm-hmm.
Or else believe me for the very work's sake.
Right. So there's nothing, I don't care if it was Christ walking on water, him feeding the 5,000, him healing people, him casting out demons. None of this in the numerous amount of works that he was able to do that could not fill the volumes of this book. None of the works that he was able to do, he could not do without the power of the Father that dwells in him. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 12.
Mm-hmm. Now we get into it.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also.
Say that one more time.
He that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also.
Right. So pause right there, right? Have you ever heard of something called the placebo effect?
No.
My wife, if you could, because you a nurse, could you break down what the placebo effect is? Do you mind? Okay, no sweat. So, Par, do you know what the placebo effect is?
So like if I may, the placebo effect is a like a pill or a medication that doctor prescribed to a patient, which really does nothing, but just by you taking it, your body gets better, or you get healed.
Right. So what is from a medical standpoint, what is the cause of them getting healed?
By their attitude, the way that they think about it,
It starts with a B.
Starts with a B.
Mm-hmm. Their
belief.
Right. So another word for belief is what? Starts with an F. Faith. Right. So, and another word for faith and belief is imagination. That is one of the reasons why they try and destroy the imagination of a child as early as possible, right? So if you notice, like when you're in elementary school, you able to you get to play, you get to go to recess, be free, express yourself, draw, doodle, and then in going from 5th grade to 6th grade for most children is an extreme cultural shock because there's no more recess. For one, you don't get any free time to play and express yourself, and then things become so regimented and very structured, right? There's no really time for playtime outside of PE, and PE isn't really play. It's nothing playful about it, right? It's like boot camp. It's called physical education, right? So the cultural shock from 5th grade to 6th grade is a destruction of the child's imagination. The child isn't really allowed to dream. In elementary school, you could daydream. Middle school, you can't. You know, they're like, we got to get that out of you. You know, there's no room for imagination or belief or faith in the real world. But in actuality, that table that you're sitting at was something that someone imagined. That microphone that you're holding is something that someone had faith and imagined and believed that it could be done. This microphone speaking through this speaker, the computer that you're watching class on, the cell phone that you have in your hand, it was someone's belief, someone's faith, someone's imagination, right? So if you can believe it, I know it's an old saying, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. But if you have the extreme faith, like Christ said, as a mustard seed, you can literally bend time and space to your will. Go ahead.
And that's why they call them airbenders. Like,
say it one more time.
That's why.
You talking about like Avatar?
Yeah, no, not Avatar, but they call them, like, history calls them airbenders, like water benders, airbenders, because they basically manipulating time in full motion.
Right. So yeah. Christ said, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go up to this tree and you believe and you say, because you bear no fruit, you will die. When you come back to that tree tomorrow, it'll be dead. But you have to have the faith. And with that type of faith means that there's no doubt. The doubt, like a child believes that they're Superman. They believe that they can jump off of that table and fly and nothing's going to happen to them. It is the fear of their parents. Don't you do that. I don't got time to take you to the hospital. But that child believes he can jump off the end of that table and can fly. That child believes that he can run through walls because his imagination is way more powerful than reality. Right? That's another reason why Christ says you have to be like babes. Right? You have to be like a child to walk in this truth. Right? Because to believe that a black man with hair white like wool and eyes of fire gonna crack open the sky with 200 million chariots, you got to be crazy. That's some crazy type of belief. That's the same type of belief a child has when he jumps off at the end of a table and say, "Wee, I'm Superman." Or the faith that you had when you saw a kid on a swing do a backflip off a swing and land on his feet, that you could do it too. You ain't never tried it before, but you saw him do it. If he can do it, I can do it. This is what Christ is saying right here. If you believe on me, you can do these things that I have achieved and greater. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 12. And greater works than these shall he do.
And then he said, not only this work, but he said, greater works than these will you achieve. Christ is saying, the works that you're reading about in this book, you're going to do stuff in this book that ain't even written in this book, that I didn't do, because you believe in me. Right? Keep reading.
But the father that, well, where are we at?
You're at start at verse 13.
Okay, 13. Verse 13. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do. That the Father may be glorified in the Son.
That the who?
Father may be glorified in the Son.
Keep reading.
If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it.
All right. So a couple of things that you have to understand to ascertain to be able to achieve the things that you're talking about, right? So the question was, you asked, is it possible to have different kinesis? Like, so telekinesis, pyrokinesis, hydrokinesis, aerokinesis, you know, which is basically control of elements around you, right? In order to be able to do that, the first thing that you you have to have the Father inside of you, right? Secondly, you got to have belief, because Christ says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me. So you got to secondly, you got to believe that everything that's written about Christ in this book, that he actually did, that he actually walked on water, that he could actually read the minds of men, that he fed 5,000 men, women, and children with with 3 fish and 2 loaves of bread, that he actually healed the sick, that he actually gave sight to the blind. You know what I'm saying? That he was able to cast out demons and devils. You have to first have the Father in you, one, that is by the transforming and the renewing of your mind. Secondly, you have to believe what is inside of the book. Thirdly, you have to ask in Christ's name. Go ahead.
So that goes back to, you know, when the Christian church used to say you just had to believe. Nah, it's like faith without works is dead.
Right.
Okay.
And then I'll give you one more precept. Go to Proverbs 23:7. And go there with you. Passed it up. There you go. Proverbs 23. Verse 7.
Okay,
Start at verse 6.
Verse 6?
Proverbs
23:6. Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats.
Right? So eat not of the bread of the man that has an evil eye. So the bread that he has, right, is for unrighteous gain. Everything that he's ascertained is because he has a motive, right? So that's something that should tell you shouldn't be asking the Lord for this power with an ulterior motive, right? You shouldn't pray for someone to be healed with an ulterior motive, so I can be seen. Like, okay, before we continue reading, what is the common thing that Christ told everyone that he healed? Anybody? What is the common thing that Christ said to every single person that he healed?
Basically, let somebody know about the miracle. No.
Sapar, what did Christ say to every person that he healed? Nope. Sis, give her the mic.
So I guess, sir, shalom, everyone. Is it that he told them not to say anything when they?
And what else? You're absolutely right. He said one more thing. And do what no more?
Oh, and sin no more.
And sin no more. Give her a hand. All right. So when Christ did, give a mic for their side. So when Christ did miracles, the first thing that he did, he told them, don't tell anybody, right? Because the glory is to go to the Father. Even though he's the Son of God. He's not doing this so you can be like, all right, everybody come to me because I'm the man to heal. He's not saying everybody come to me because I'm the man that can make food and bread multiply. He's not saying come to me because I can cast out demons, right? That's what Creflo Dollar does. That's what TD Jakes does, right? That's what Joel Osteen does. That's what Benny. I hate that devil. Salaki. You know what I'm saying? The one when he was asked about his private jet, and he got in their face and their reporter, don't you say that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So that's what they do. They want you to see and boast. Or when they told you to come down here so they can lay hands on you so you can get the Holy Spirit, and you over there talking about should have bought a Honda. You know what I'm saying? Shummin' the humming, the humming, the humming, the humming. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the gift of tongues, but the scripture says the gift of tongues is being able to prophesy in a foreign language, and someone's able to understand what you're saying. And if there's no one there to understand what you're saying, there's someone to interpret. So if I just start speaking Mandarin, right, and I start speaking the gospel, the truth, and reading the scriptures or quoting the scriptures in Mandarin, there's somebody here from China that's an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, that was like, how they like the day of Pentecost, how the hell is he speaking the scriptures in my foreign tongue, in my region, in my province in China? That's what this is talking about, right? But the first and most important thing is saying, don't eat the bread of someone that has an evil eye, right? Their eye, like the Israelite that came to the apostles and the disciples after Christ died and said that he would pay for the gift that they had to cast out devils, right? Because he's not in the right spirit. He's not doing it because he wants to heal his people. He's doing it because they amassed a following. No different than people online. People make similar content online because they want to have the same followers as someone else. Keep reading.
The verse
At the second part of verse 6, where it says, neither desire thou dainty meats.
Yeah. Neither desire thou his dainty meat.
Verse 7.
For as he thinketh.
For as what?
For as he thinketh.
For as what?
For as he thinketh.
For as what?
He thinketh in his heart. So is he.
So what? So Sapar, what is the word? What does the word heart mean according to the Bible? The word heart is your mind. So as a man thinketh in his mind, because a heart is just an organ that pumps blood in your body. And if you know, science creates an electromagnetic field around your body. You know, if you want to get deep into the, you know, the biology, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know, if you want to get super deep, but we're gonna say superficial, right? But when you look up this Hebrew word heart in the Old Testament, it means the mind. So as a man thinketh in his mind, so it shall be. So he is. So if you believe with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your soul that you can achieve this thing, you can do it. And it's been times that you surprise yourself, you've done it before. Like, it's just something you knew when you went into this interview. I got that job. You knew it. You know, when you was driving, there was a word that was said to you, or an instinct that you had that made you take this exit. You avoided traffic. You knew it. No, I'm not gonna go this way home. You know what I'm saying? And when you exit and you driving down the street and you can see a inkling of the feeder, you see traffic backed up to Timbuktu, right? Or you get a inclination or intuition, I shouldn't go out tonight. And the spot that you went out, you found out it got shot up. You know what I'm saying? There are moments in your life when you just know. That's what faith is. It's the knowing. You have to know beyond a reasonable doubt that the Most High has you. Life is hard. But the scripture says, whom a father loves, he what? Chastises. So, in order to have this power, first thing, right? You got to have the Father inside of you. Because nothing on this earth is able to be ascertained without the Father. He is the source for every resource. Second thing, right? You have to believe, right? And I like to replace that word belief with know, right? Because when you say you know something, it's without doubt. Like, I don't got no doubt in my mind when I call y'all, hey, y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's that time. You know what I'm saying? It's like you say, what time you want to show? Which time you want me to show up? She gonna show up like the last time she was at the crib. Say, y'all, just give me the y'all easy. Do your thing. Freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna turn out good. I know. You know, she was like, you want to see the video? I mean, I'll look at it, but I know they live. Because I have faith in my sister, in her talents. I know when I call y'all, she gonna show up professional. She gonna show up with all of her greases, her oils. You know what I'm saying? So like you say, you want a hot oil treatment? You want me to wash your hair? Well, no, you always do your own stuff anyway. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But she shows up prepared to do the whole spread. So I know when she shows up, she gonna do her thing. You know, just like how you know when you walk out your door, your car is outside. That's how your belief has to be. That's how your faith has to be. It has to be a knowing. Like when you call something into existence, you can't be like, I'm gonna get the job. You know what I'm saying? You don't believe it yourself. So when you apply for it and you get that phone call or that email, hey, we went another direction. Of course you didn't get it. You didn't believe. But when you apply for that job and you be like, man, I'm getting this hoe. You know what I'm saying? And every time you didn't have that mindset, what happened? You get the job. Right? The same faith that you have that your car is outside. The same faith when you at work that your apartment or your house is where it is. The same faith that you know well, you hope your kids is in school. You know what I'm saying? And they where they supposed to be. And when it's time for you to pick them up, that they gonna you just know it. That is how you have to be as a follower of Christ to do the things that he said that he did and greater. You have to know. There can't be any seed of doubt. In the scientific field, this is something that's called the superposition, right? If you don't know what a superposition is, the superposition is you are in the place of multiplicit opportunities and variables, right? You stand in a position, you could die today. You stand in a position, you can be a millionaire today. You stand in a position, I quit my job today. You stand in a position, I got married today. You stand in a position, I got a new job today. It's just infinite possibilities, right? And either through your doubt and your belief, when you cross that threshold, that is what your day is going to be. If you wake up in the morning and say, I don't feel good, your day's not going to be good. You started your day off that way. So the Lord's like, okay, that's what she wants, right? This is your test today. You don't feel good. How you going to operate in not feeling good? Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was riding back with Cap from San Antonio, and me and young man Ron was in the back seat. But when you look from the back seat from a truck, it looked like without a fog, like, you know.
Oh, that fog was thick, boy.
Man, it was like, so we were like.
It's like you was driving through a portal.
Man, we were like, slow down. He was like, man, what y'all talking about? Man, this one I'm wired up. You know, he was like, I got 1 foot in and 1 foot with death.
Yeah.
Man, and I was like, I didn't understand what he was saying, but he got so excited because
I was the same way. I was driving like 85.
Yeah, because he was like, man, I know the Lord about to get me back to the house. you know, but it's just
I was mashing through that fog. But
man,
go ahead.
it's just when you really shedding skin and you still trying to convert that 1 foot over and that 1 foot in, you know, it's a beautiful thing when you hear something like that, because you don't even think like that. Like you're gonna be timid, and a lot of times the most wrecks happen when we timid, you know, or when somebody
when you scared.
Yeah.
Listen, what is the best way that I can say this without sounding heebie-jeebie-ish? What you want the most is going to happen. And the way that it happens is through your emotions. What you call to you is based off of emotions, right? And what's crazy is when you're afraid of something, everybody's had that feeling when fear comes over you. It's happened a couple of times in your life. When your mama told you at school it's 9 o'clock in the morning, the teacher called her at the job at work, told her what you was doing. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Your mama say you gonna get your butt whooped when you get home. So you dreading the whole day, fearing the moment you walk across that threshold, because it's the fear of the unknown, right? Or when a bully say he gonna meet you at in front of the bus stop in front of school after school, and I'm gonna whoop your ass, lock it. You know what I'm saying? These are moments where you've had an intense emotion of what is to be expected, right? And what you have expected, it happens because of that intense emotion, right? So you have to, one, be in control of your emotion. You have to be in a constant state of calmness, because whatever vacillation you go to, whether it's in the positive spectrum or the negative spectrum, that's what it's going to be. So that's why scripture says you are transformed by the renewing of your mind. If you step out of the bed and you say it's going to be a bad day, guess what it's going to be? A bad day. If someone calls you and say, hey, how you doing? You be like, I'm straight. That's all you're going to be, is straight. How about instead when someone calls them, hey, how you doing? I'm doing amazing. I'm having an amazing day. What you got?
So like, yes, sir. To add on what you were saying, if that was happening to me, like right now, whenever I was in school, what I would do is I would just accept it and change what I was doing and just have a good day while I can.
Listen. The scripture says that tomorrow is not here, right? The past is gone. You understand? The only thing you have is the now, right? You have to focus in right now. The way you change your future is in the choices that you make right now. That is the belief. That is the faith. That is the knowing, right? And then the last thing that you have to do is you have to call it down in Christ's name. The scripture says, I'm gonna have you pull. This is gonna be the last precept I'm gonna give you on this topic. Go to Matthew's like it's plural. Go to the book of Matthew, chapter 16. Start at verse 15. The last precept is Matthew 16 and 19, but for context, we're going to start at verse 15.
Okay. Matthew 16, verse 15. He said unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art Christ, the Son of the living God.
Go ahead.
And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon
Bar-Jonah.
Bar-Jonah.
All right. So just in case you don't know what that means, it's Simon. The word bar and he in Greek is son of Jonah. Right. Keep reading.
For flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven.
So no one told Peter who Christ was, right? He just believed it. He knew. He was like, all the stuff I done seen, all the stuff that they done said against you and that you wasn't gonna do, and you gotta be the Son of God. You done walked on water. Hell, you called me out of the boat to walk on the water with you. I started tripping and started sinking, but I was walking on the water with you for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I didn't seen you heal the sick. I didn't seen you give sight to the blind. I saw when a brother couldn't get to the whirlpool to get healed by the angel, you just told him, pick up your bed and walk. You gotta be the Son of God. You know what I'm saying? And he said, blessed are you because no one had given you that information but the Father. Keep reading. Verse 18.
Right. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against
Now,
it.
what's crazy about that is he just knew. Like this is like what you like to call a double entendre, because yes, Peter did become the head of the church after Christ left, right? But that pillar of faith, because no one revealed to him that he was the Son of God, right? He just knew. Christ didn't tell him that he was the Messiah. He knew it, right? Because of what he witnessed, what he bare witness to. He just knew that he was the Son of God. And he said, blessed are you because the Father had given you this information. And upon this rock, because Petros in the Greek means rock or stone, I will build my church. So not only is he telling him a metaphor that you're going to be the head after I'm gone, but this pillar of faith that Peter has, this knowing, is also what the Lord is going to build his church after he is gone upon. Right? Keep reading. Verse 19.
Verse 19.
This is the last precept for you right here.
Okay. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth.
Say that one more time.
And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth.
Say it one more time.
And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
Shall be bound where?
In heaven.
Shall be bound where?
In heaven.
So if you say, I'm going to get this job, the Lord heard you. Okay, let's go get this job. Right? If the Lord, if you know your credit bad and you got evictions on your rental history, you go in there and say, I'm going to get this apartment. The Lord heard you. Let's go in here and get this apartment. It's been plenty of apartments I knew I wouldn't qualify for that I got somehow, some way. Right? It is your belief, your faith, your knowing that the Lord has you. You have to know. You can't go in here like, hey, I'm just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here. I'm just doing my thing. That's the problem. You've been doing your thing, not the Lord's thing. You haven't been operating in your purpose. That's why you don't believe. You just out here trying to figure it out. So the same thing you bind on earth is bound in heaven. That's why you got to be careful with your word. The scripture says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. Right? Like, you got to be careful. Like kids, oh, mama, I hate you. I wish you would die. You got to be careful with your words. Because Mama might leave up out of there and drive to go to McDonald's and get in an accident because of your words. There is life and death in the power of the tongue. Because what you bind on earth, you bind in heaven. Like I tell a story all the time. Like I was a project manager on an architectural site. I got fired, let go wrongfully because the site manager that was sent out here from a company from Las Vegas, he was embezzling money. So when the HR people sent a rep down to Houston to see what's going on with construction site, and I'm the project manager of construction site, they didn't know who was involved with him, so they cleared the entire construction site. At that point, I had went 2 months without pay. When I showed up, it was somebody sitting at my desk in the field office, and they said, "What?" And they had like a stack of envelopes just sitting there on the desk. They was like, "What's your name?" I gave him my name. He's like, "Here's your back pay. Today's your last day." And mind you, I'm already 2 months in the rears, facing eviction, car getting repoed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but I've done nothing wrong. I've showed up to work every day. I've done everything right. I've done everything asked of me, even when I wasn't getting paid. When I stepped out of that office, I didn't give a fuss. I walked down that ravine, and this is when I first came into school. I had a copy of the Lord's Prayer. I said the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. And before I said amen, I told the Father, I was like, Lord, these people have wronged me. I've done nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And they have sinned against me. Father, can you please open up the floodgates of heaven and rain down on this construction site and shut it down? One day, I just happened to be driving by that area on the way to the school. I was like, man, let me see what happened to that job that I was project manager over. It's 2 years later. I pulled back up. It was in the same condition that I left it. Trenches dug, no building erected. The administrator for Brazoria County was on the construction site, and I pull up. I see some of my old workers. It's like, man, what's going on? He was like, E, you know what I'm saying? That's what they call me. They call me E Wood in the world. You know what I'm saying? E, bro, anything that could have possibly gone wrong when you left happened. It was literally in the same dilapidated condition that it was. The only thing that was put in was the last thing that I installed as a project manager, was a storm drain that was tied in to Brazoria County's municipal storm drain, and the trenches were still wide open. 2 years later. So what you bind on earth is bound in heaven. And that situation was tied to an emotion because I didn't know what I was going to do. I was hurt because I did the right thing as a project manager. I observed, I reported, you know what I'm saying? I followed up on emails, the subcontractors that were under me, you know, I'm letting them know everything is going on. And I got let go with all of my subs that I brought on to the construction site. We got paid, but we all got let go. And I called up on my father to vindicate me. And he shut it down. And I heard the chief administrative director for Brazoria County Water and Wastewater Management tell to the head of E&M Enterprises, the company that hired me out of Las Vegas to be a project manager for that job. He had to come down here himself. He said, if you don't get no framework erected up today, not only am I firing you, I'm suing you for $1.5 million. Because at that point, when I was on the job, it was 6 months. When I got let go, when I pulled back up, it was 2 years and it was still in the same condition. So it's not only a belief, it's a knowing. Because I knew that my father would not let them get away with what they did to me. But you got to have that in all things in life. Asking for protection over your kids when they go to school. You know, as in, you pray for traveling mercies, you know, when you traveling, you know, you got to have that faith. You got to have that belief. You got to have that knowing. That is the real telekinesis, right? Because you're communicating with the Lord via what? Telepathy. If you want to put a scientific name to it, right? Sometimes you know what your child thinking before they say it. That is telekinesis. So you do have the power, but the only way that you are able to use it is if the Father dwells inside of you. You can call down fire from heaven if you want to, but the Father has to be centered inside of you. You have to believe, right? You can't be doing it so you can eat from the table of the bread of evil. You have malicious intent in trying to use this power. And the way you know that is if you want people to see you do it. If you want people to see you do it, you're trying to do it for the wrong reason. You're not really trying to do it for the Lord to get the glory and get the power. You pray in private so the Lord can bless whatever you praying for openly. And when that thing is done, you knew that the Lord was with you because you've been praying for it. You've been fasting. You've been praying. The scripture says that only certain demons can be cast out through what? Fasting and prayer. When the last time you talk about you really want this power, when the last time you fasted and prayed? Sometimes prayer ain't enough. Sometimes you got to put yourself as a sacrifice on the chopping block because we don't sacrifice animals anymore. So you got to be a sacrifice. When the last time you abstained from food and water for 24 hours outside of the Day of Atonement for the Lord to hear your prayer? Not just for him to achieve what your dream or your goal is, but just for him to hear your prayer and to tell you if it's in line with what he wants for you. When's the last time you sacrificed yourself? Because we're all selfish. We want everybody to sacrifice for us. But when's the last time you asked the Father, what do you need, Father? How can I be of service and a better servant for you, Father? Are my needs in alignment with what you want? Because it could be something that the Lord has been trying to get you to do for a decade, and you keep running from what the Lord wants to what you want. And that's why we on topic right now. Let's go to Second Esdras. Let's go to Second Esdras, chapter 1, and let's go to verse 4. Second Esdras, let me go there with you. Second Esdras chapter 1. We're gonna start at verse 4, and we're gonna read to 7. Whoever got to go ahead and read it.
I got it. Second Esdras chapter 1, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Go thy way, and shew my people their sinful deeds.
Show them their what?
Sinful deeds.
Show them their what?
Sinful deeds.
Okay, so we have Christmas coming up, right? So as I watched Captain Zaryak and Captain Kazazar battle this famous white theologian philosopher that goes out on these college campuses and battles against everybody from Muslims to atheists to anarchists, Buddhists, feminists, and one of the topics that was brought up was the topic of Christmas, right? He was like, you believe in Christ, you believe in the Bible. Do you have a Christmas tree in your house? He's like, of course I do. He's like, but in Jeremiah 10 that it talks about that tree. He was like, it does. So you're explicitly going up against the word of God? He was like, well, it's not about what they say it represents, but it's what I am celebrating it for. I am celebrating my King, my Christ, my Lord and Savior, his birth. But he openly admitted during the battle that he knew that Christ wasn't born in December. There's no ordainment of any high holy day, any memorial for Christ's birth in the Bible. Nowhere from Genesis to Revelation, right? So we're going to go over some things in class today, right? Because this holiday, for those that are online and people that are in class, this is one of the biggest holidays in the world, right? So your family's gonna be like, well, why you not here? Well, I'm saying you don't celebrate. Just bring the babies by so grandmama can see the babies. It's about the babies. Because if you're smart, you know when you take them over there to see grandma, what grandma gonna have for them babies? Gifts. Right? Keep reading. I got you. Keep reading.
Verse 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And their children, their wickedness, which they have done against me.
Right. So not only does it say, go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds, but it also says, and their children their wickedness. Keep reading.
That they may tell their children's children.
No. Start. And their their children their wickedness. Start at which says which.
On verse 5?
Yes. Just read the whole verse all over again.
Go thy way
Mm-hmm.
and shew my people their sinful deeds,
mm-hmm.
and their children their wickedness,
mm-hmm.
which they have done against me.
Which they have done against what?
Me.
Right. So in the words of the scriptures, you have walked your children through the fire of Molech. And what's crazy is kids don't remember Christmas. Do you remember? Do you remember the Christmas gift you got when you was 5 years old? Right. You don't remember none of them gifts. You know what I'm saying? You don't remember none of them clothes you got. Don't nothing stick out in your mind. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Which means is you are teaching your children wickedness. So we're here to show you your sinful deeds and why it's a sin. Keep reading.
That they may tell their children's children.
Right. So we're correcting you, the parent, so that you can correct your children. Let's say your child is, 13, right? For 13 years, they done celebrated Christmas, right? Your child will have way more respect for you if you come to them when they're 13 years old. Look, baby, I know we've celebrated Christmas for 13 years. I've come across some information. This is what Christmas means. This is the origin of it. And this is why we're not going to celebrate it anymore. Your child will have way more respect for you to admit that you made a mistake leading them than to continue going on leading a lie. As a child, how did you feel when you found out Santa Claus wasn't real? It broke your heart. You was like, what? Santa ain't real? What about Rudolph? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Go ahead, little bro. What's your name? Jamai. What you got?
I'm just gonna say the reason that people just accept it is because it's something the white man told them to do, and Santa just is a criminal. So no one just says that because he breaks into houses.
Come on, huh? Get it, little bro. Hand. Hey, ain't that called B&E? Ain't that breaking and entering? Go ahead, keep going.
And along with that, people leave treats for a burglar.
Now, hold on. Why, brother? Let me tell you how I say it. Right? A white man is coming to eat your kids' milk and cookies. That sounds quite pedophile-ish. I'm sorry, PDF files. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a predator. Why is a grown man only coming to eat your child's milk and cookies? Because the kids are supposed to put out the milk and cookies, right? Not the adults. The kids supposed to put it out. So why is he on? And if your child don't put out no milk and cookies for Santa, he don't get nothing in his stocking. So Santa around here trying to stuff your kid's stocking. That sounds really deviant to me. Go ahead, nephew. What you got? What else you got?
And one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that he can just get away with it by leaving gifts under a dang tree.
Don't that sound like a devil? After they take advantage of you, it's okay. I took advantage of you. Here's a car. Like Diddy. Diddy beat the hell out of Cassie. Kicked her, SA'd her. You know what I'm saying? It's okay because you got a Rolex. It's okay because you got a Maserati. It's okay. After 10 years of me saying that I was gonna put a record out for you, and I just used up your body, and you didn't put your first record out after 10 years of me just using you up like a hooker. You know what I'm saying? What you got, nephew?
It was a,
Go ahead. You good?
for what you just said was assault.
Yeah, it's assault. You know what I'm saying? Look, the scripture says out of the mouth of the babes, right?
Mhm.
Out of the mouth of the babes, that the truth will be established. Like, even the babies understand that this is foolishness, right? But it starts with us, the adults. You have to correct yourself, then correct your children. And you have to, in order for your child to learn accountability, you have to show accountability. So if you've been saying that Christmas, Jesus is the reason for the season, and you know Christ wasn't born in this season, you gotta admit it. You gotta tell the truth and shame the devil. You got to. What you got, sis? Oh, hit the power button. You gotta hold it. It's right there on the side. There you go. Hold it. There you go.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
And just two things. So it's so funny because when my son was younger, you know, he was about 5 when I told him that we weren't celebrating Christmas, or, you know, before I even had him, when I was still pregnant with him, I made the decision in my mind that I wasn't gonna lie to him about Santa.
Come on.
The Easter bunny. I wasn't gonna have him believing in no tooth
Because I mean,
fairy.
where in nature is a bunny laid an egg?
Exactly. So he's never done, you know, anything like that. Even one day, I think he probably got it from school, but he was like, "Oh, my tooth fell out, and I want to put it under my pillow." I said, "For what?" I was like, "Who?"
Just tell me you want some money. You want some candy? You want some money for the vending machine? Here you go.
Exactly. But you know, parents who feel afraid that their children are going to miss out, like my son, literally was like, "Okay, Christmas, okay."
They not
What's
gonna
next?
miss it. They don't care. Your kids don't care. They don't. All they care about is your love and your attention. So if you telling them this is the only time of year that they can get your love and attention and a potential gift, hell yeah, we celebrating Christmas. But if you give them your love and your attention and you give them gifts whenever, who gives a damn about Christmas? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, just one more thing.
Mhm.
And the Lord, look, he worked on his time and how he want things done. Anytime Christmas would even come around, I barely would have any money to go all out and do all the stuff that I wanted to do. So
Look,
he just shut that
wait,
down
wait
before I
till
could
I'm
even
about to
do
go
it.
in what I'm about to go into. Yeah, 100%. What, Kyle, what you got before I keep going? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Nah, because I'm just trying to see what angle, because I don't have kids, but I have god kids that I'm real active with.
Mm-hmm.
My goddaughter especially, 13 going on 14.
Mm-hmm.
And she that's the big part of her life, Christmas and her birthday. So if I'm down for Christmas, then her birthday, I'ma be like Jay-Z coming into a concert. It's like,
Now,
he
okay,
coming.
so
How do I tell her?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm about to tell you right now.
I'm-
So I have a niece. You know what I'm saying? My little sister, I love her. Right? I went over her house. I had to go pick up my dad's medication. You know what I'm saying? She went and picked up my dad's medication. I had to go pick it up from her to go take it to him because one of my nieces was sick and just came out of the emergency room, and she just couldn't do it because it was just so much on her hands, right? So I pull up. When they pull up, they like, "Uncle, hey," you know, and all that stuff or whatever. So I go upstairs, you know, in the apartment to get the stuff. As soon as I walk in, big old Christmas tree. And I was like, She was like, "Shut up. I don't want to hear it." Like, that's fine. Cool. I'm here for the medication. Right? So I'm sitting there leaning on the counter, and it's this little weird looking thing. I thought it was a Where's Waldo doll. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I thought it was a Where's Waldo doll because it was laying on, so I couldn't see the face. So I mean, what the hell is this? And then out of nowhere, when I said, what the hell is this, to go and grab it, my niece comes out of the back room. No, don't touch it. And I mean, like, as I'm grabbing for it, she's like, no, you know, trying to smack my hand. You know, and I'm like what the hell is going on? And my sister's like, it's a magical elf, brother. I was like, what the hell is a magical elf? And my niece is looking at me like I'm crazy. How do you not know what a magical elf is? Aren't you an adult? And I'm like, and then what my sister told her, Maddie, your uncle doesn't believe in that stuff. Right? So my niece is thinking I'm crazy and that I'm an adult and I should just know this. Like, how are you an adult? This is common. We all know this stuff. How do you not know it? You know, I was like, okay, so what makes the elf magical? And she was like, you know, when you wake up, he just does things around the house. And I was like, that sounds like a demon to me. And I was like, what do you mean he does stuff around the house? You know, so my sister she goes on her phone. So on this day, she woke up and the elf was laying next to her. And then on this day, she went in the restroom and the elf made a mess on the toilet and left her a note and said, sorry, Maddie, for the mess. You know, can you clean it up for me? And I was like, okay. And I'm talking about, it was like noodles and pasta sauce smeared on the toilet, random gummy bears and stuff sprinkled on the back of the toilet. And I was like, so let me get this straight. So you clean this up after an elf, when you see him, he's just like a statue. She was like, yeah, let me ask you a question. You think that's okay, right? She's like, yeah. I mean, because the elf asked me to do. I was like, okay, so if your mama left a mess smeared on the toilet, you're not gonna say nothing? You gonna be okay with it? You gonna clear it? She's like, well, that's different. My mama a human. Like, what? I was like, look, if an elf is smearing things and throwing things around and telling you to clean it up, I'm sorry, that sounds more like a demon to me, niece. That doesn't sound like somebody that's your friend. Well, uncle, can you please not touch it? And my sister, and I'm like, so you just not gonna tell her that this is not real? This is you doing this. You know what I'm saying? Don't ruin her Christmas. But it's what it says. You are teaching your child wickedness. And the number one thing, you're teaching your child to lie. Because when they find out that the elf wasn't real, that Santa wasn't real, that the Easter Bunny isn't real, that the Tooth Fairy isn't real, and it's been you buying all these presents, putting it under the tree. It was you that took the tooth from under my pillow when I was asleep and put a $1 up under there. It was you that was putting candy and eggs and not a bunny that went and pooped it out his butt, you know, for me to eat. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna realize you lied to me all of these years. You've put a seed of a lying spirit in your child, right? What you got, nephew? You got something you want to say? Go ahead.
All of that stuff you just said just got me thinking. So you're telling me that a magical elf made a mess and you're okay with that? Hold
on, then he told you to clean it up. Go ahead, because I don't know about y'all, but when I was a child, I didn't like cleaning up my own mess. But I'm gonna clean up a mess from an elf on a shelf. Go ahead, nephew. Go ahead.
Not only that, but you're gonna tell me, like, if an Easter bunny comes and poops eggs all in your kid's room, you're gonna be okay with that? If you're okay with the tooth fairy flying in, taking a tooth out your child's mouth and putting it under the pillow, you're telling me you're okay with that?
Come on.
Like, this is the most stupidest mess I've ever.
Hold on, say it again, nephew. It's the most what?
Stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. What you got to say, nephew? Go ahead.
Because when you talking about the doll,
The elf on the shelf.
that's a demon. Because how you supposed to move? You just a doll.
Listen, look. My sister got mad at me because, like, my sister, my niece had went in the back room to go change and stuff like that because they were about to go somewhere or whatever, and we was all gonna walk out together. So the elf was laid over like this, right? So I took the elf, I laid it flat off the edge like he was doing a plank, like he used to plank back in the day on different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then I put a candle on top of the legs and Barbie chilling on top of the candle like this. You know what I'm saying? Just to mess with my niece so she can realize how stupid, because she just saw the elf like this. Right? Like, come on.
And that.
Go ahead, sis. What you got, nephew?
And that. How you supposed to move if you're just a doll? You can't move your legs. Really.
So I'm gonna tell you something. So you know, I don't think your mama lets you watch horror movies. That's good because I don't want you to, you know, you have nightmares, right? But everybody knows, you know, like what I forgot what's the Chucky, and I think it's the Amityville, Tales from the Hood, right? So when you wasn't looking at the doll will do some creepy stuff dance around, but when you would turn, the doll will lay flat. You know what I'm saying? And it'll pretend like it's not alive, like it's dead. But when you alone by yourself and everybody else leave, the doll up moving around, doing all types of crazy stuff. That's a demon.
And when he's alone with somebody, he's gonna think about killing somebody because he's like a doll in a scary movie.
You're putting demonic seeds in your children, right? All right, what you got, sis? You got the mic.
So not only with the tree,
Sapar, while she about to say what she gonna say, a brother gave a precept for it. Give Romans 3 and 4. Go ahead, sis.
So not only with the tree being, but then the elf would be kind of like one too, like a
any. Listen, I'm okay, and I'm hurt. A lot of my brothers is childhood friends, right? So you got to be careful with the toys that you give kids, right? I can't think of the name of the toy, but it's a very popular kids toy. What's it called? Yeah, that's a demon. Yeah, that's a Chinese demon. Yeah. You have to be very careful. Like if your kid just show up one day and say, "Oh, mama, can you give me this? Oh, daddy, can you give me this?" You need to research it because you're literally putting an effigy to an actual deity in your house. That is a demon. Yeah, like every corner store, right? Because you know they're the knockoff version of the really, really nice one. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the research. I understand you just want to appease your kids or throw your phone in your kids so they can shut up. But sometimes, no, you gotta screen these things. You're literally welcoming demonic spirits into your home. That's what Santa is. He's a demonic. Most people, most of our people, you know, we live in the hood. Your apartment don't got no chimney. So what? So he gonna creep in through the window? You know what I'm saying? With a sack over his arm? That look like somebody that's robbing you. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you look at it, if he creeping in through the window with a sack with a whole bunch of stuff in there, sound like somebody robbing you to me. It don't sound like he giving you something. It sound like he robbing you. He robbing you of something, and it's for your kids' milk and cookies. You understand? Pull that scripture that you had for me. Hold what you got, nephew. In Romans 3 and 4. Somebody posted it in the chat.
Come. This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar.
Mm-hmm.
As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings,
Mm-hmm.
and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, what you read here in the scriptures, that's the truth. Right? And at the end of that, we're gonna break down with the Christmas tree, the symbolism of it, and all of that, right? Keep reading where you are in second Esdras, Kyle. You stopped at verse 6, you're gonna read to verse 7. Second Esdras, chapter 1, verse 6. That's where you stopped at. The water, brother. I'm talking to you, nephew. The water.
Okay. Second Esdras, chapter 1, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because the sins of their father are increased.
Say it again.
Because the sins of their father are increased in them,
Mm-hmm.
for they have forgotten me.
For they have what?
Forgotten me.
You have forgotten the Most High. You have replaced the Most High in Christ with Santa. You saying what? Okay, what is Claus, Santa Claus, or Satan Claus has to do with Christ, or as you like to say, sweet baby Jesus? I don't remember Satan Claus in the nativity scene. Y'all remember somebody that was in all red with a sack over they shoulder with a black shiesty that was rolled up. I mean, a red and white shiesty that was rolled up with a sack over his shoulder in the nativity scene. I don't remember that. I don't never recall that. But you a Christian, but you're telling your children that here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 7. My bad. Verse 6. And have offered unto strange gods.
Santa is a strange god. And I'm about to give you all the different strange gods that make up the lore of Christmas. Right? Read verse 7, and I'm gonna start going through all the different deities that make up the lore of Christmas.
Okay, verse 7. Am not I even that brought them out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage?
Out of what?
The land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
So you come out of the house of Osiris, Isis, Horus, Anubis, to Santa Claus, to the Easter Bunny or Ishtar. You know what I'm saying? To Janus, New Year's, right? To Bacchus, Mardi Gras, right? You're trading one set of demons and devils for another set of demons and devils. Help me to understand this, right? Sapar, I'm about to forward something to you in Messenger. Hold on. So you can just hold on, let me forward it to you real quick. Forward Sapar. I just sent it to you in Messenger. I want you to scroll down to where you see Yule and Jewel. And you might want to say what I just sent you for your precept book, brother. I know you my scribe. I just dropped something heavy in your inbox, brother. Yeah, it's right under it's like right at the very top under where it says United States deficit. You see Yule/Jewel. You see it? Go ahead.
Come. Yule/Jewel.
And Kyle, go to Jeremiah chapter 10. Hold that.
Nordic tradition.
It's a what?
Nordic tradition.
All right. So if you know anything about the Nordics, right, we dealing with the Vikings, right? So this is Europe, right? Old England. So when is this tradition normally kept, Sapar?
The month December 20 through the 25th.
20th through the 25th, right? Which is also known as the 7 days of Christmas, right? So this is when you start doing the 7 days of Christmas. Keep reading.
Come on. Themes of lights, fire, and feasting, celebrating winter solstice.
All right. So hold on. It's celebrating what?
Winter solstice.
So all of these lights that you putting on in your house and stuff like this, it's not about sweet baby Jesus. It's to bring in the winter solstice. These fires that you're kindling, you understand? Jack Frost nipping at your nose is because it's about the winter solstice, the equinox. It has nothing to do with sweet baby Jesus, right? And if you want to know how to spell it, Yule is spelled Y-U-L-E, and or the Nordic spelling of it is J-O-L. So you can put Y-U-L-E/J-O-L, Yule or Jewel, right? Keep reading.
Come. They will set up evergreen trees.
They will set up what?
They will set up evergreen trees.
Hold on, they will set up what?
They will set up evergreen trees.
So this is what you're setting up in your house. You're setting up an evergreen tree, a pine. If you don't know what an evergreen is, it's called a perennial tree or plant. Perennial means that it's year round. It does not shed when winter comes. It's an evergreen. It is forever green, right? Keep reading.
As a symbol of life.
A symbol of what?
As a symbol of life.
Does it say a symbol of Christ?
As a symbol of life.
It said it's a symbol of life because it lives forever, right? This is why they cut this tree out, because it represents eternity, being immortal, right? So that tree that you putting in your house, we're gonna go through the trees in different traditions, but this tree is considered a god because it's an evergreen. It's a perennial because it never dies when other trees die. It's to represent immortality like a god, life and not death, life in a season of death. Keep reading.
Come. And burn Yule log.
Burn what?
And burn Yule log.
And burn what?
And burn Yule log.
Why do you think you gotta go and make sure you got logs set up on an open fire? Don't Temptations got that in the song? It's a line in the song, huh? Why is it such a big deal? You gotta have a fireplace with a fire burning for Christmas. You gotta have some fresh logs in there. Every Christmas commercial you see that tree, see that evergreen tree, and they gotta show that fireplace burning with some fresh logs in there. Let's find out what them logs are. These Yule or Jewel logs. Keep reading.
Come. A promise of good fortune.
A promise of what?
A promise of good fortune.
You know, like them black eyed peas you eat on New Year's? It's supposed to be like a promise of good fortune. Keep reading.
Known pagans.
Known Christians.
Known pagans.
Known Israelites.
Known pagans.
Known followers of YAHANNA HaMashiach.
Known pagans.
It's known to pagans. Not known to followers of God or followers of the Most High. It's known to pagans. Keep reading.
Like most solstice festivals, themes.
Because it's many different cultures that have winter solstice themes. It's because it's all the same spirit. I break this down in y'all all the time. Satan doesn't care how he gets you as long as he gets you. You know, you're celebrating Easter, Resurrection Sunday, but you're really celebrating Ishtar. That's why it's the bunny that's laying all these eggs, because Ishtar is a fertility god. That's why all of her statues, she would be an effigy that had eggs all over her body because she represented fertility. Keep reading.
Like most winter solstice festivals,
Mm-hmm.
theme of light,
Mm-hmm.
fire,
Mm-hmm.
and feasting are common threads.
Mm-hmm.
Some historians think that sacrifices were an important part of the observance.
That's somewhat.
Some historians think that sacrifices were an important part of the observance.
Because what's Christmas without a feast? You gotta have that feast that you burned on that open fire. You slaved all day and all night, not only to make sure that you gave up your rent, so that you can go homeless, giving your kids gifts. But we all got to go to Big Mama house, and everybody got to bring something for the feast because we all got to eat. You sacrificing unto devils. Keep reading.
Even to the gods.
Even to the what?
Either to the gods.
Is that big G or lowercase g?
Lowercase.
So it's demons.
Done.
Keep reading.
And other supernatural beings.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. Even all of these people in the world, the white men, they would never put an uppercase G. Because they know what that uppercase G means. Because there's only one Most High God. All these lowercase G's, they not the real God. Keep reading.
Such as elves.
Such as what?
Such as elves.
Such as what?
Such as elves.
You know the elf on the shelf that I just got through talking about with my little niece?
Such as elves.
Mm-hmm.
To the dead. Slakia. To the dead or both.
To the dead or what?
To the dead or both.
So the elves are a representation of death.
Mm.
The elf on the shelf, he's still, because he's dead.
Yep.
And he only moves when you sleep.
Right.
And when you wake up, he in another position.
Right.
Keep reading.
And
And them elves that you put in your yard, they're just another effigy, an example of gnomes. You know, Fern Gully with the fairies, the gnomes, and the elves. They all lived in Fern Gully, right? Keep reading.
From this point, Christmas continued to overtake Yule, although some vestiges of the original celebration remain.
Mm-hmm.
One of these is the Yule log.
It's the what log?
It's the Yule log.
Is the what log?
It's the Yule log.
Uh-huh.
Still popular today,
Mm-hmm.
although usually in altar form.
Mm-hmm.
It is thought that the original Yule log was a large log that burnt throughout the entire multi-day festival for as many as 12 days.
Because so they took the 12 days of Christmas down to 7 days, right? And for all these days of Christmas, that's why in your mind you got to have a burning fire in the chimney, right? It ain't Christmas without fire in the chimney, because you got to have that Yule log to bring in these spirits in your house. Go ahead.
The Salakia, I have a question about that. Like, you remember that tragedy that happened at Texas A&M years ago?
Oh, the bonfire?
Yeah. What is that something similar?
I don't know if it was in the winter though. I don't.
Right.
Look that up real quick. The bonfire tragedy at Texas A&M. Just look up the date around the time it was. It might have been, because I know it started off as something that the architectural students did as a project, but then it became a great tradition that they don't carry anymore.
Right.
Look up the tragedy at Texas A&M involving the logs. See what time of year that happened. I don't know if it might have been in the spring. Go ahead, Kyle. Hand him the mic real quick. Wow. Wow. Oh, I remember when it happened. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say it on what Google's saying.
He's saying it happened at approximately 2:42 a.m. on November 18, 1999.
Oh, so this is right before Thanksgiving. So this is right when they're getting ready for midterms going into Christmas break.
But it collapsed during its construction.
Right.
Killing 12 people.
Right. Killing 12 students. Hey, 12 days, 12 students for the Yule logs. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Pass it back to support. All right, so that's dealing with the Nordic tradition. Now let's go to Mithra, Sapar.
Mithra.
That's right up under it.
Mithra, the sun god, December 25th.
Mm-hmm.
The celebration of the birthday of Mithra.
Oh, I thought it was the birthday of Christ.
The celebration of the birthday of Mithra.
If you want to know the spelling of Mithra, it is Mithra. Mithra. And what day does it say is the birthday of Mithra, the sun god, Sapar?
December the 25th.
I thought that was Christ's birthday. So the Son of God is really the sun god, Mithra, December 25th. So you think you celebrating the birth of sweet baby Jesus, but you're celebrating the birthday of sweet baby Mithra. What you got, sis?
Was this also the Europeans or a different?
Oh, it's about to go into. It's about to tell you. This is dealing with the Persians, but he's about to read everything. Right? Let's go, support. We got a couple of codes to get through. We got 22 minutes. Let's go.
The celebration of the birthday of Mithra, the sun god of the Persians.
Of the who?
Of the Persians.
Of the who?
Of the Persians. Whose mystery religion was popular among Greeks.
Among the who?
Among Greeks.
And what empire are we in? We are still in the Greco-Roman Empire. That is why you're still celebrating Christmas, because you're celebrating Mithra, who was adopted by the Greeks and then who was taken on by the Romans. So you got the Yule log from the Nordics. You got the celebration of the Son of God, which is really the sun god, Mithra, from the Greeks, right? Keep reading.
Among the Greeks and soldiers in the Roman army was also celebrated on the 25th of December.
When is Christmas? Anybody? I'm just curious. What day is Christmas? What day is Christmas, nephew? December. What's the day? It's December 25th. I'm glad you don't know, nephew. You ain't supposed to know.
Most High Christ.
But it's Most High Christ. So nephew not knowing what day Christmas is on. It's December 25th. Mithra's birthday. Right? Keep reading.
Mithra was often perceived as a rival to Jesus Christ.
Oh, what?
A rival to Jesus Christ.
Oh, what?
A rival to Jesus Christ.
So if you didn't know this one thing about Constantine, right? Because, Constantine made the Roman Empire a Christian empire, but what he really did, he took Judaism and paganism and merged it together, because we have a son of God in Israelite culture, and then there's a sun god named Mithra in Roman culture. So you know what? We're going to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, but it's really the birth of Mithra on December 25th. But if you actually read the Bible, you would know in the Bible that there is no ordinance for you to commemorate the memorial of Christ's birthday. From Genesis to Revelation. I know you Christians be like, we don't believe in the Old Testament and the New Testament, but there's nowhere in the New Testament where it tells you to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Keep reading.
And Christians took
and who?
and Christians took advantage of the popularity of the 25th December date to celebrate the birth of their own influential religious figure.
So it don't have nothing to do with Christ. Because you knew how pagan it was that they were doing, we're going to put our own deity in there. We're going to deify Christ and celebrate his birth. When Christ said, the only time Christ said to remember me, this is what he said, as often as you drink this wine and partake of this unleavened bread, do it in often in remembrance of me. So now everybody that is in the truth, when is the only time that we have lamb and unleavened bread? Anybody? Sis? Go ahead. Yeah? Come on, you raise your hand first.
Passover.
Passover. And I'm going to blow your mind. That's when Christ was born. Christ was born during the time of Passover. That's why he was born in a manger, because they could find no lodging in Jerusalem. Because Jerusalem, all the hotels were sold out because everybody descended on Jerusalem to keep Passover. And the only place they can get lodging was at a farm. You know what I'm saying? And they had to sleep in a barn, in a manger. That's why. It had nothing to do with Christmas. Christ was born during Passover. And he said, as often as you do this, this is my blood that was given for you. This is my body, the bread, because when you have unleavened bread, you're supposed to tether it, take that lamb and sop it up. It's broken up in remission for you. And he is representation of the lamb that's sacrificed for you to keep Passover. Because in order for you to have the blood and the bread, the body had to be sacrificed. I got you. Hold your peace, nephew. We got a lot to get through. I'm gonna get to you. At the end, hold what you got, write it down so we can get back to it, okay? All right. Keep reading, Sapar.
Come. During the Constantine rule.
During the what rule?
During the Constantine rule.
Didn't I just talk about Constantine? Keep reading.
He untitled the Roman Empire under Christianity, and Christ's birth was celebrated on December 25th.
But the scriptures literally tells you the time that he was born. First and foremost, if the Magi, right? The men that came bearing gifts to Christ, the time frame that they would be out, you don't have your cattle and livestock out in the winter. You don't. Most people during that time, they didn't really travel like that in the winter because it was harsh on the animals and food is scarce, water is scarce, and they could die. So they wouldn't be traveling, following the North Star for God knows how far of a distance, because there's nothing to feed their animals. There's no grass for them to graze on. See how stupid this sounds? And it's even stupider. Like in your mind, you think that the men coming to bear Christ's gifts, that they was traveling through the desert. That's even more stupid. Why would you bring your horse through the desert? Was you going from oasis to oasis? Come on now. Keep reading.
Come. December 25th, under the guise of Mithra.
So you think you celebrating Jesus' birth, but you're celebrating Mithra's birth. It's his birthday. Not Christ, Mithra. It's funny because it's a myth. Duh. Keep reading.
For the Roman pagans.
For the who pagans?
For the Roman pagans.
Because we're still under the Roman Empire, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing's changed. The same law that you keep is Roman law. Go ahead.
In the early years of Christianity, the Catholic Church made Easter the main holiday. The birth of Jesus was not celebrated.
So in early Christian times, Jesus' birth wasn't even celebrated. Easter was the main holiday. Ishtar. It lets you know that Catholicism has nothing to do with following Christ. It's all paganism.
Right.
Because nowhere in the Bible does it tell you to venerate the saints. You're a saint. So wait, so every Black and Hispanic that's born, we're supposed to venerate them? We're supposed to put a statue up for every Black and Hispanic that's born? You see how stupid that sounds? It's too much. It's crazy. This is where the worship of your ancestors come from. Keep reading.
In the 4th century,
All right, drop down to St. Nicholas.
Saint Nicholas.
Because you know, old jolly St. Nick. Let's find out where Santa come from.
Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas is formed. It's like Saint Nicholas is from Turkey.
He's from who?
From Turkey.
So we got the Nordics, we got the Romans, now we got the Turkish. So Saint Nicholas is from Turkey. So just let you know, your Christmas celebration is a multicultural amalgamation to make up one story.
It's a Frankenstein.
But it's a Frankenstein, but it's all one demon. Go ahead.
It's from Turkey, also known as Saint Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas. Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Nico
Claus.
Nico Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Myra.
Myra? What? Say that again.
Myra.
That almost sounds like Mithra, don't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. It means you're celebrating the same person. Go ahead.
And many, many more can be confusing.
So why is Saint Nicholas known by so many names? So, but they all know it's the same demon. This is what you got to understand. Every holiday that you celebrate, what you need to look at, you need to look at that date across multiple cultures. And I guarantee you, it's a summer solstice, it's a winter solstice. It is tied to some venerate deity in the same time of year across multiple cultures. Because it's the same demon, just known by many names. Keep reading.
But all cover the same man.
All cover the what?
But all cover the same man.
I mean, Beelzebub, Shaitan, Diablos, Baal, Baal. You know my many names. This is a remix, repackaging. You know, like the iPod we used to have, they gave the same iPod, it was just in different colors. It's the same thing. But yours was cool because it was blue. Mine was cool because it was red. Yours was cool because it was black. It's the same damn thing. Keep reading.
The one we now call Santa Claus himself died December 6th, 343 AD.
Right? So this is all the same time period. Right? This is also why around Thanksgiving time, you got the same decorations out. You still got that damn ugly ass wreath on your door. You still got some of them ugly ass pumpkins like in your yard. Right? You know what I'm saying? And me and my wife, we driving around in the neighborhoods around our house on the way to the school. They had Christmas lights up in Thanksgiving. Am I lying? No, I'm not lying. Keep reading.
Come. And was buried in the church.
It was buried well?
And was buried in the church.
Just let you know that the Catholic Church don't got nothing to do with Christ. Go ahead.
This day has since been known as Saint Nicholas Day.
Mm-hmm.
And in some places celebrated with gifts.
With what?
With gifts.
With what?
With gifts.
To who? Keep reading.
For children.
For who?
For children.
For who?
For children.
This is where the gifts for children come from, people. It comes from Mithra or Mira or Claus or Sneaker Claus, Saint Nicholas. It's the same demon. Go ahead.
And coins in the shoes standing outside.
Because you know if you can't give a gift, you give a card with what in it? Money. Keep reading.
At the door.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the Middle Ages, nuns put curves with shoes and clothing at the door to the needy.
And if you don't know the purpose of putting money in a shoe, what does a stocking look like? A shoe. You put candies, monies, all assorted different type of things with the representation of a shoe over the what? The fireplace that has the what? Yule log in it. You just got you got Turkish over the fireplace. You got Nordic in the fireplace. You know what I'm saying? You got Babylonian. You got a Babylonian tree. You know what I'm saying? You're multicultural and you got multiple demons in your house. You got a whole seance going in your house simultaneously. Keep reading.
In the 1200s, the kids got a special nickel claws coin with year and image.
Drop down to where it says this was later changed.
This was later changed to real money, sweets, and small gifts, and given as prizes, diligence in school for well-behaved, studious children.
Now watch this. Go to the next part.
The naughty ones got rice instead. At my home, it has become a potato.
So the good kids got sweets, you know, like the little candy canes you put in the stocking, some money and whatever. And the bad ones got rice put in theirs and potatoes and what was later turned in America, a lump of coal. This is where this comes from. It don't got nothing to do with sweet baby Jesus. Keep reading.
I got it from time to time as a child.
All right, let's drop down to Saturnalia.
Saturnalia, the most popular Roman festival.
Right. So we still in Rome. We ain't left Rome yet. So you got Mithra from the Romans, and you got Saturnalia, right? Saturn, Satan, Santa. You know, if you move the letters around in Santa, you get Satan, right? You know that, right?
Right.
Okay, no sweat. Keep reading.
Saturnalia, the most popular Roman festival, dedicated to the Roman god Saturn. The festival's influence continued to be felt around the Western world, dealing with winter sowing season.
What sowing season?
Winter sowing season.
So this don't got nothing to do with Jesus. Nothing. So you got Saturnalia, you got the Yule log, you got Saint Nicholas, and you got Mithra, all in the same time frame. It's all who you got in your house. Keep reading.
It is thought to signify the end of the harvest season to honor Saturn, a god associated with agriculture. Saturnalia was generally considered a merry festival with lots of feasting and exchanging of gifts.
Exchanging of what?
Exchanging of gifts.
So not only are you exchanging gifts for Mithra, you exchanging gifts for Saturn and Saint Nicholas. Sounds to me like you're exchanging gifts for the same demon because we in multiple cultures and you doing the same thing. The exact same thing. Go ahead.
A lot of
and if you want to know how to spell Saturnalia, it is Saturnalia. So that's Saturn, like the planet, and then ALIA at the end. Go ahead, keep going, support.
A lot of customs that we associate with Christmas.
With what?
A lot of customs that we associate with Christmas.
With what?
With Christmas.
Go ahead.
Can be traced back to ancient origins, but Saturnalia has his own customs and tradition too.
Let's go to Chris Kringle, because we know Santa Claus, what's his nickname? Chris Kringle. Let's find out who Chris Kringle is. That's right, nephew. Chris Kringle. Go ahead.
Chris Kringle, the Danish thief.
The what?
The Danish thief.
So we got the Romans, we got the Nordics, we got the Turkish. Now we got the Danish thief. That's why he got that knapsack on his back. I keep trying to tell y'all he not coming to bring gifts. He coming to your house to take something.
You got the boots on, everything.
Right. And he coming to take your kids milk and cookies.
That's right.
Hold your thought, nephew. Go ahead. We got a couple more things to get through. Go ahead.
Krampus.
So Kris Kringle is really Krampus. All right. So if you want to look it up, Kris Kringle is Chris with a K, K-R-I-S, Kringle, K-R-I-N-G-L-E, and the real person, his name is Krampus. Now, if you know anything about Krampus, they made a Christmas horror movie about Krampus, right? And that's spelled K-R-A-M-P-U-S. Go ahead, Sapar.
Krampus. In Central European popular legend, a half a goat.
A half what?
A half a goat.
Now, Kyle, all the deities that we went over talking about the different types of devils, what was significant about all the the deities from all the different cultures? Right, they were all half men. They were satyrs. They were half men and half ghosts. So this is right in line with the thing that we're breaking down, the difference between Satan, the devil, and Lucifer. Right? So what you're all celebrating for Christmas are different devils, right? So Krampus is a satyr, a devil, according to the Bible. Go ahead.
Half a goat, half demon.
I have what?
Half demon.
And what's the next thing he's going to say, Sapar?
Monster.
So Kris Kringle, who you're inviting in your house, who you call Santa Claus or Saint Nicholas or Mira or Mithra, is a demon that you're inviting in your house to torment your children. A monster is what it says. Keep reading.
That punishes misbehaving children.
That does what?
That punishes misbehaving children.
Let's just say torment. What you got? Yeah, the monsters was getting high off the adrenaline from the nightmares. Yeah. You look up adrenochrome. look that up too, right? Go ahead, keep reading, Sapar.
Misbehaving children at Christmas time. He is devilish.
He is what?
He is devilish.
Heavenish.
Devilish.
Angelish.
Devilish.
So you're welcoming devils into your household. Keep reading.
Companion of Saint Nicholas.
Companion of who?
Of Saint Nicholas.
So Kris Kringle, Krampus, is the companion of Saint Nicholas. So you thinking you letting jolly old Saint Nick, but you're letting monstrous old Krampus in your house. Keep reading.
Krampus is believed to have originated in Germany.
So now we got the Danish, the Nordics, the Romans, and the Germans. Go ahead.
And his name derives from the German word Krempen, which means claw.
Right? Because he's going to be torturing your kids, scratching them up. Go ahead, keep reading.
Krampus was thought to have been part of pagan rituals for the winter solstice. According to the legend, he is the son of Hel, the Norse god of the underworld.
Of the what?
The Norse god of the underworld.
So you mean it's the Norse god of hell?
So do that mean Hades?
Yeah, it's the same person. I'm trying to tell y'all these demons are the same demons across multiple cultures. It's the same demon known by different name. All right. So for time's sake, so that's the last one. You can look up. Matter of fact, drop down to where it says festivals involving Krampus, and then you still holding Jeremiah 10 for me, correct, Kyle? And then Auntie Coco online said all this time our parents thought and we thought we were creating childhood memories, having a spirit of family and giving, and it's the total opposite. You're right. It's, I mean, but you know, the most arguments happen during Christmas.
Right.
Somebody getting into it, drunk uncle coming, or your family invited over on Christmas Eve, and then a drunk uncle sneaks into a child's room and something happens that follows them for the rest of their life. But go drop down there real quick, Sapar. And we're gonna go through that. Then we're gonna read Jeremiah 10 and get up out of there, where it says a festival involving crumpets.
Festivals involving crumpets
Mm-hmm.
and include the Krampus Loft,
Mm-hmm.
Krampus Run.
Mm-hmm.
In this activity, which often involves alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
people dress as the creature, parade through the streets, scaring spectators.
Because you have the Christmas Day parade. It's the Macy's parade, right? It's every year with the huge floats. And you always notice during that Macy's Day parade, it's some weird floats that's in that Macy's Day parade. And you wonder why would they have that in the Christmas parade? It's because it's a demon that they celebrating. Go ahead.
Come. And sometimes chasing them.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning in the late 20th century.
All right, stop. All right, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10. Let's read this and we're gonna get up out of here. So we done read all of that. So now Christmas is in the Bible. Right? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10, start at verse 1. Go ahead, Kyle.
All right, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Oh, house of who?
Israel.
So he's talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn what?
Not the way of the heathen.
So learn not the way of the Nordics. Learn not the way of the Danish. Learn not the way of the Persians. Learn not the way of the Greeks. Learn not the way of the Turkish, right? Because that's what you're celebrating. Keep reading.
And be not dismayed at the sign of heaven,
which is the winter solstice, which is what you're actually celebrating during Christmas. You're not celebrating the Son of God. You're celebrating the Sun God, because the sun is the farthest away from the earth, which is why you have winter going on, right? Which represents new birth, because the sun is going into a smallest version to go into spring and into summer as it's growing up. This is what you're celebrating. Go ahead.
For the heathens are dismayed at them.
Mm-hmm. So the Danish, the Romans, the Persians, the Greeks, the Turkish, they're all dismayed by the signs of heaven, and they've made up gods, lowercase g, to represent these things. Demons, go ahead, or devils, according to what we've just been studying, the difference between Satan, the devil, and Lucifer. That's what Krampus is. That's what St. Nicholas is. That's what Mithra is. Right? That's what Santa Claus is. That's what Kris Kringle is. It is a devil, an effigy of a false god. Go ahead.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
Are what?
Vain.
Are what?
Vain.
Because those gifts have nothing to do with your kids. It's so you can get the praise. Because mommy got this. Daddy got this. And then you end up resenting it because you got to give your praise to Krampus. You got to give your praise to Kris Kringle. You got to give your praise to St. Nicholas. You got to give your praise to Mithra, to Myra. Right? Go ahead.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Right? That evergreen tree. Right? So in the book of Jeremiah, this is the Babylonians. So this goes all the way back to the Babylonians, to the beginning of time, what you're doing. This lets you know that this is the same spirit. This is the same demon going all the way back to Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. That's why you put that star on the top of the tree, because that tree represents the Tower of Babel in Babylon, and that star that's on the top, it represents the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. That's why you put that star on the top of it. And when you bow down and you put a gift under that tree, you're making an offering to the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. Keep reading.
The work of the hand.
And it says the people are vain. Go ahead. For one cutteth a tree.
Okay, we on verse 3?
Yes, you start because we're gonna walk it down. We're gonna walk it down.
For one cutteth a tree out the forest. The work of the hands of the workmen.
Because you know, when you go out to Walmart or wherever, you know, you go out here and you got to pick the perfect tree. And it's the work of a workman with an axe. Like he done grew up all of these pine trees just for this time of year for you to put these effigies in your house. These Yule logs in your house. Keep reading.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Deck the halls with falls of lily, fa la 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 la. Every tree is decked with silver and gold. You put those little streamers of silver and gold around your tree. The lights represent gold. You put your little and I ain't even get to what. And I'm just gonna tell you what the ornament, the bulbs that you put on there. You just remind me next class. I'll bring the article out about those bulbs that you put on there. Is during the time of Nero, when you wouldn't bow before the tree, which was the effigy going all the way back to Babylon. He would either cut off your head and hang it on the tree, or he would hang you on the tree. That's the ornaments. Those are the bulbs, your ancestors. Remember, I told you throughout history, all of the holidays that they have you celebrate directly impart a travesty or a genocide or a mass unaliving of your people. Hold your thought, nephew. Go ahead, keep reading.
They fasten it with nails and with hammer.
Because you know you got to have that prop at the bottom that you screw in to keep the tree stable from falling in your house. This goes all the way back to Babylon. That little tool that they use to keep the tree erect in your house, it goes all the way back to Babylon. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
No, say that last part. Fastening with nails and hammers.
That it move not.
Verse 5.
They are upright as palm trees, but speak not.
But what?
But speak not.
But what?
But speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them.
Do what?
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil.
Why would it say be not afraid of them? Because Krampus is a demon. Krampus is a monster, right? The Yule log has to do with elves that are effigies for the dead Nordic god Hel, H-E-L. But you know it is H-E-double-L. It's where all of these, like, you have to know linguistics, the history of linguistics. These words that are used to describe certain things aren't for naught. Hell is a god of an underworld, H-E-L. You just added an extra L on it and say that's where you go when you die if you're bad. The naughty kids. But in the scriptures, it says that heaven and hell is right here on earth, under the sun. Keep reading.
Neither also is it in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might.
Right? So you shouldn't fear not celebrating Christmas. Hell, you're going to save money not celebrating Christmas. Because most of y'all gonna be facing evictions come January 1st. Because you went for broke. Oh, let me pull Sapar. Go back up to the top. Let's give these quotes real quick. Right there where it says go back to the very top, right on the description where it says Christmas 850 billion. All right. So in 2020, the average of the American population spent 850 billion on Christmas. Let's go through run through these stats real quick. Sapar, we're gonna get up out of here.
Khan. Christmas, 850 billion is spent a year on Christmas in America.
Go ahead.
Overall U.S. spending trends, retail sales in year 2021.
So the next year, go ahead.
889 billion.
Go ahead.
2022, 936 billion. 2023, 960 billion. 2024, 1 trillion.
How much in 2024?
1 trillion.
To be exact, 994.1 billion. Right? And what is the estimated forecast for 2025?
Over 1 trillion.
Now, read the next part under that.
The United States deficit is 1.8 trillion. The amount of spent on Christmas is 56.2 of the U.S. deficit.
So you mean to tell me this year for Christmas, the American population is about to spend 56.2% of the American deficit to sacrifice on idols? That is insane. That is crazy work. That is crazy work. You understand? All right. And with that, Sapar, we're gonna pass the class over. You come over here and read the announcements for me. Kyle, do me a favor, turn this camera towards him. I think it's right over here, bro. There you go. That's the feast days. You got boom. You got it? Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. That's good.
We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. New rule for brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, according to the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, which means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
That's the next one.
The Feast of Purim, the 14th day and the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. It will be held Monday the 2nd, March the 2nd, and Tuesday, March 3rd of 2026, according to the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And this concludes the security announcement.
All right, with that, Imagine, which means to stand. Sar, which means to turn, face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer first in Hebrew, then in English. Repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kowa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathanlanawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalachnawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalachnawa, Kabawatyanawa, Wala'ah, Kabia'ayanawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'Allah, Wahata Para, La'awalumium, Aman. In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Sar, turn the face to front. We'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers and to the sisters. Men of Israel, by the Shabbat, Majid, Ra, Yahweh, Shem Yahshua, Brakatah, Yadamatah, Sar, turn the face to sisters. Men of Israel, by the Shabbat, Majid, Ra, Yahweh, Shemaratah, Shem Yahshua, Yadamatah, dismiss.